Hello everyone, welcome to my travel time. This is part 2 of my tour of Italy via Amsterdam, where I will take you to Milan, Lake Como, Bergamo and the Duomo. Please subscribe, share, like and comment. The background music is from my late husband Jogen Sharma's Assamese patriotic song album Huicho Bisari Jao, meaning going in search of the sun or the light. The entire tour, like my all other tours, have been arranged by Brahman Tours. Good morning. Today we are leaving Amsterdam and flying to Milan. We have decided to take the train to the airport. Do you remember? We paid 70 euros in taxi from airport the day we arrived. Today we paid only 11 euro for both of us. That is 5.5 euro each. The train to the airport. The underground train station of Amsterdam Airport. The lift. The airport. The airport lounge of Amsterdam. Hi, after 1.5 flying hours, we reached Milan from Amsterdam. This is one of the smaller airports of Milan with only 4 belts. This is the outskirt of the airport. Instead of taking the metro to the city center, we have decided to take that bus that is standing at the far end. We don't know if this small airport has any metro service to the city center. We have learned that this bus will charge us 7 euro per head and take us to the city center. We just arrived in the city center and looking for the hotel, which should be somewhere nearby. While walking through the town, I realized that this part of the town has many old buildings. Wow, I was so excited to see this such an old model tram. We have been searching for the hotel since 20 minutes now. People having directing us in different directions. For some reason, we couldn't take a SIM, so I don't know, we are at a loss now. Okay, at last we found this Bangladeshi gentleman who was kind enough to open his Google map and help us search the hotel. At last, somehow, after a long search, we arrived in front of the hotel. But the funny thing is, that is the railway station, this is the bus stoppage, and this is the hotel in front of us. I don't know how we missed it. So finally, we are checking in. After checking in, we have come out to walk around the city center. It's raining a little, but we have taken 2 umbrellas from the hotel and we are fine. After walking a bit, we have decided to take our dinner and we learned that there is an Indian restaurant nearby. Oh, here's the restaurant, but it is actually a Bangladeshi restaurant. এটা কি ভাড়া নিয়েছেন এটা ঘর? আপনি আপনি মালিক কি আপনার মালিক আলাদা? মালিক আছে আলাদা। I talked to the person and learned that the owner is also a Bangladeshi. They are serving chicken curry, fish curry, mutton curry, beef curry, and fried rice. We paid 7 euro for the chicken and 3 euro for 4 chapatis. 1 chapati free for speaking in Bengali. After dinner, we walked around for some time and called it a night because tomorrow morning we have a tour of Lake Como. Good morning. Before starting the day, we are here in the dining hall to have our breakfast, which is complimentary. Good morning once again. After the hearty breakfast, now we are on our way for the tour of Lake Como. We are supposed to meet our tour guide beside the big apple in front of the railway station. Bye bye. We reached the station, which is a few steps from the hotel. Our meeting point should be just somewhere nearby. Wow, what is this? A roller skating competition is going on. Just have a look. Okay, this is the apple beside which we are supposed to wait. Now we are on our way with a group of 11 people to board the train to the town of Como, from where our cruise of Lake Como will start. The first class compartment of the train in which we are traveling. Our guide. This is the railway station of Como. As I told you, railway stations in Europe doesn't have any free toilets, so we pay €2 here for the toilet. After coming out of the station, we reach this upper part of the town of Como. We will walk down these steps and reach the lower part of the town. This is the famous hand statue of Como, dedicated to the disabled service people. The rough translation of the written words of the plaque is: one hand is actively servicing the country in defense of institutional values. The other hand is wounded in the line of duty. This is Piazza Cavour, the main square of the town of Como. Walking through the cobbled street of the town with beautiful restaurants and shops on either side. Walking through the street, this Atelier mishap caught my eye, selling beautiful wedding gowns. This is the Catholic Cathedral in the city of Como. We are on the way for the boat ride in Lake Como. Standing in the queue to board the ship Orione, the villas that we will see during the cruise. In this way, sailing through Lake Como, enjoying the Alps and the beautiful villas on its bank, we arrived in this beautiful village Bellagio, known for its cobble lanes and beautiful villas. But the problem is, this is the peak tourist season in Europe, and as you can see, the small village is crowded with tourists from all over the world. As we are given 2 hours in the village, we are simply walking around and enjoying. After walking for an hour, we are searching for a restaurant to have our lunch. But the catch is, all the restaurants are full and the ones that are not are very pricey. At last we found a place which was not crowded and we had some pizza. After lunch we walked down the steps from upper part of the village to the lower part towards our meeting point beside the lake. Dear viewers, today something happened to me which never happened before. We arrived in the location about 5 minutes late and we did not find anybody there. After about 10 to 15 minutes, we realized that we were stranded. Our next stoppage was Verona and luckily I had the tickets. But I could not find any ship that was going to Verona immediately. but I saw a ship which was about to leave for the town of Como. When the people in the port told me that I could go back to the town of Como with the tickets I had, I immediately made a decision to go there because I knew the way back to Milan from there. Though after returning to the hotel, I came to know from my agent that our guide had called us several times to inquire about our safety. But we came to know the details only next day in Bergamo. We met the American couple from our group there who told us that they were literally chased from the village by police for overcrowd. They only realized that we were not in the group when they disembarked in Verona. But the most shocking thing was the village, whose main source of income is tourism, did not have any tourist information desk. The police too refused to help us. The tourist places in India may not be high-tech, but they are much more efficiently managed than this island. But anyway, the journey back was enjoyable because we could enjoy the lake and the Alps the second time, that too in the afternoon. And walking beside the lake is also a marvelous experience. This is the Como railway station. This drinking water facility we found everywhere in Italy. This is the ticket counter from where we took 2 tickets, €5 each. Our train will arrive in another half an hour. It seems today is the day for all mishappenings. In the train, we learned that the train was going to Milan Cadorna, not Milan Central, from where we have to take a metro. So here we are in metro from Cadorna to Milan Central. So finally, we are here in Milan, the underground metro station in Milan Central. We are walking up these steps to the main railway station above. As I showed you before, our hotel is just in front of the station. Before going to the hotel, we have decided to pack some dinner from this Japanese restaurant because we are very tired to come out again tonight. Good morning, viewers. After having the complimentary breakfast like yesterday, we are on our way to the half an hour walking tour of the Duomo. But for meeting point, we have to take a metro from Milan Central to Duomo metro station. From here, we have come out of the Duomo metro station. And just above the steps, this is the Duomo. We can either take line 1 or 3 from the Milan Central station and reach the Duomo in about 10 minutes. We paid €4.5 for 2 tickets. And that's the Mondadori bookshop, our meeting point. Finally, our guide arrived and we are on our way for the tour of the Duomo. This is the main door of the cathedral dedicated to the joys and sorrow of Virgin Mary. Entering the Duomo. This is the largest cathedral in Italian Republic and the 5th largest in the world. Dedicated to the Nativity of Saint Mary, it is the seat of the Archbishop of Milan. There are 3,400 statues and gargoyles in the Duomo. Among them are the remarkable 135 spires or the pillars of 356 feet height, with statues of famous personalities on the top. One statue is dedicated to the poet Dante. On the highest spiral sits the Madonna, that is the Virgin Mary. Climbing to the top of the Duomo. Halfway, they will bring you in the elevator, but this part of the Duomo you have to climb. Ultimately, top of Duomo. Spirals with statues of famous personalities on them. In Milan, until few years back, you were not allowed to build any buildings higher than the statue of Madonna. Walking down to the cathedral from the rooftop. Climbing down almost more than 100 steps, we reach this beautiful cathedral. There are 53 pillars in the Duomo, one pillar for each week of the year. And it also has 55 beautiful stained glass windows like this, representing stories from Old and New Testaments. This ceiling is not carved, it is painted. This is Europe's largest sundial. The sunlight from this hole on 21st of June passes through this brass strip. At the time of the solar noon, sunlight shines on the current zodiac sign. We have completed the tour of the Duomo and it is only 11:30. So we decided to go to Bergamo. This is the public paid toilet which you will find in front of the Duomo. We are back again in Duomo metro station. From here we'll go to Milan Central and the ticket will again cost 4.5 euro for both of us. Freshen up a little in the hotel and go to Bergamo from there. Arrived in metro station of Milan Central. We took train tickets for Bergamo from here, which cost us 6 euro per head, and it will take about 45 minutes to reach there. This ticket we have to check in first because there is a validity time here, otherwise we'll be fine. Inside the train, on the way. So finally we are here in Bergamo. An information desk just outside the railway station from where we took details about where and how to go. Crossing the street to take a bus to the first funicular station. We are in the bookshop across the street to buy tickets for the bus. We paid 1.4 euro per head and the ticket will remain valid for 75 minutes for all kind of public transport. A cafe beside the bookshop. On the bus, riding through the lower part of the old charming town. In the information desk, we learned that there are two funiculars going to the first and the second level. We first decided to go straight to the second level and gradually come down from there. We got down here from the bus. Across the road, that is the first funicular station. Getting into the first funicular of my life, so excited. Slowly climbing up the hill. It is a different experience altogether. Disembarking in the first level, we have to take a different funicular for the second level. Just outside the funicular station, a small charming square. Walking through the town with beautiful shops on either side. To go to the top of Bergamo, the funicular station is almost across the town. Asking around, we finally arrived in this place and we were told that across that building there was the second funicular station. So that's the second funicular station. Our 1.4 euro ticket covered the bus and both the funiculars because we could do it within 75 minutes. On our way to the top of the town, arrived at the top of Bergamo. View below from beside the station. This is a Michelin recognized restaurant where we had cake with ice cream for 10 euros. Here, after a long steep walk, we are on top of Bergamo. So beautiful, the effort was worth it. Walking down the steep steps to see an old castle. Wow, this portion is very tricky and slippery. Seemed to be a very old castle. Returning back and coming downhill in the funicular is also a different experience. We again bought 1.4 euro tickets per head for 75 minutes. We are back again to the second level starting point of the funicular. Instead of taking a funicular, we have decided to walk down all the way from here. After walking for about more than 2.5 hours, we at last reached this starting point of the funicular. Though tired, the walk through the beautiful town rejuvenated me. Instead of waiting for the bus, we decided to walk through the town to the railway station, which will take about half an hour. Every hour there is a train from Bergamo to Milan Central, and it is already 6:15. We will take the 7 o'clock train. Walking through the old charming town. Walking through the town, we finally reached the train station, boarded the train with €6 tickets each for Milan Central. And with this, our tour of Milan and its surroundings have come to an end. Tomorrow we'll be on our way to Venice and meet you there.